What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is HUD Wednesday nights. Eagles, Rams, preview, predictions. We got it all for you, and we're talking Phils. Giddy up.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
Welcome in, everybody. This is HUD Wednesday nights, only on HUD Radio every Wednesday. Brought to you by our good doc, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web. SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com. As always on Wednesday nights, Luke Brown, Ryan Elizik. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, welcome in. Let's talk about it. Phillies, Dodgers, will give you some game reactions here. Phillies trying to keep pace with Milwaukee for the 1 seed and obviously keep their distance from LA for the 2 seed, which is, what we really want. But we'll talk about that throughout the show. Eagles, Rams, we'll give you score predictions, players of the game. We want yours as well. And we're going to preview the whole thing. Ties into our poll question. Let's get right into it. Jalen Hurts will throw at least 2 touchdown passes this Sunday against the Rams. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Hit like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, join the conversation. Absolutely agree. I actually couldn't agree more to a poll question right now, I think. And the reason I agree is because he's like the king of, we talked about it last week, right? Like, he's the king of using stuff as motivation, finding things. That's what greatness does, or tries to do, at least. And I think with that right there alone, I could see him at a presser after the game saying what he did last year. Did you guys like that? Was that good enough for you? Right, I could see that. A lot of scrutiny coming with the passing game, and rightfully so. Is Kevin Paluta the guy for the job? I don't know. Right? Is this Brian Johnson 2.0? Right? And we're winning with smoke and mirrors right now, and we better figure it out. I don't know. I would hope not. I would hope that this is a guy that's been here long enough and just needs to get in a rhythm, calling plays. But I also know my quarterback. At least I think I do. And after this point in time, I think we all know. And he loves proving people wrong. So I could absolutely see this in a game where, I think you can expose the Rams in the running game all day. I mean, we've already done it twice, right? But I don't think their secondary is all that great either. I think they're good. They're young, right? They're better, right? But I don't know how good they are. Like, that we can't go in with our weapons and get 2 tutties and throw for 250 yards, right? Like, I don't see that as crazy talk. I really don't. But I can see now where his motivation as a player to just sit on the podium after and, let's say, I told you so. I guess is the best way I can explain it, is that's what we're going to get afterwards. I don't know. I mean, it's wishful thinking too, to be honest with you, because it hasn't been good enough in the passing game. And I'm not here to burn the house down when you're 2-0 either. This isn't 94.1 WIP. This isn't those jerk offs at 97.5 The Fanatic. This has been real talk radio for over a decade. Okay. We ain't going to run from what the hell we do over here. And I'm not going to burn it down. That being said, is there concerns? I don't know if there's concerns yet. We got to judge stuff off of 4-week periods, right? I need it upticked up, right? So that's where I go with the wishful thinking. I need a little bit, like we can still do it. You know what I mean? I need a little bit like, hey, we're good. AJ's hell. I need to see it now. Okay, the first 2 weeks I can deal with you sort of feeling your way through stuff. Now I need the passing game to look sharp, and hopefully it does. But I'm going to use the power of Jalen Hurts, of loving to prove people wrong. That's a reason that he comes out and spins it around a little bit Sunday. But we'll talk about the game more. But to the poll, boys, what do you say? Family out there, what do you say? If a lot of disagreements, a lot of guys out there that still don't know this guy. That's what it comes down to. If you're really disagreeing, deep down, you don't know Jalen like I think you do that. And if that's the case, if we don't throw the ball around well, then maybe I got to fire this guy. I got to fire this guy on the spot Sunday then, right? Maybe then that's the case. Maybe he's that bad at his job and inept at it of calling plays that he's not ready for this yet. That's the only other reason, because this guy does everything right to prove it. We watched it a million times. We watch his game get better every year, in my opinion, to a point, because of how he works and how he wants to prove the naysayers wrong and use outside voices. Let him creep it. I don't know. I don't know how you can disagree with it. If you really believe in Jalen Hurts, I don't know how you disagree with the poll. But go ahead, please, because somebody should, obviously.
I'm going to disagree. I am. I do.
Right off the bat.
I am going to disagree.
You're in for one right now, Tom. You're in for one right now.
I know I am. I saw your reaction.
I disagree, man. I disagree. I disagree for two reasons.
You're in for one.
I disagree for two reasons. One, because of how well we ran the football against the Rams twice last year.
Yeah.
Right? Because of that, right? Saquon had 4 runs of over 60-plus yards for touchdowns, right? And then Jalen had one for like 50 in the playoff game. So we know that we can run the football, right? Now, that being said, I do think that the passing game is going to be better. I do think the passing game is going to be better this week. I want to pencil Jalen in for, I'm going to say 250, right? I think the offense can put up, 400 plus yards this weekend. Like you said, I'm not super, worried about that Rams defense. That secondary is not all that. Their starting cornerback Witherspoon or something, I think he got hurt last week. So he's out. And the guy that they got replacing him, I forget what his name is. He was on the Commanders 2 years ago, and AJ cooked him. Absolutely cooked him. He
cooked him out. He literally cooked him out of the league. Like he got cut because of AJ Brown.
Yeah, AJ cooked him. Like I forget what his name is. Dude's like 6 foot
Forbes or something.
Yeah, might have been Forbes. 6 foot, like 180, and AJ's got 40, 50 pounds on the guy, and he's just bullying him. I'm pretty sure like he caught that like the 4th down play or whatever, or like it was a deep ball, and like we're like, why are we throwing this football right now? And like AJ just beat him deep. So I expect to see a little bit out of that passing game. Now I listening to Patullo I think he talked yesterday. He was a little like, I've been kind of vanilla with the play calling. I need to be a little bit better there. I wanted to have a couple shot plays, but they didn't end up happening the last couple weeks. So I think he's going to end up being a little bit more aggressive. But in both of those games we played the Rams last year, we didn't need to throw the football. Not to say that we won't do it this week, right? But you know what the Eagles do? The Eagles run the football, right? So, I mean, as I was at the divisional round playoff game, right? I watched Saquon, running through the snow. I watched Jalen make that 40, 50-yard run. Those spots are going to be there, right? But you got to – I think those – I know for a fact that the Jalen one came off an RPO. And I haven't really seen a whole lot of that the first 2 weeks. So I would like to see that more, bring those linebackers in and more so have, the receivers in one-on-one coverage. Because if you watched the game last week, the Chiefs were rushing 4 or 5, and then they would like blitz like either 7 or 8. And you're like, Jalen either had to get the ball out really fast or there was just nowhere to throw the football. Right. So we need to be able to scheme them up a little bit easier. But I think since the Rams are probably going to have to stack the box, it will leave some openings for Jalen to throw the football. He will have a touchdown pass this week. I just don't know if it'll be 2 or more.
Luke?
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. It's for a slightly different reason, but I definitely agree.
That's tough stance.
No, I agree. I'm saying I disagree, but I couldn't agree with Ryan more.
It's tough. It's tough to be that connected with Ryan. Is my point.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so. I think in this case, I think you're wrong.
I know you don't.
I mean, I think everything you said is totally factual. I could totally see that happening. The other thing is, if you look outside of 2023, that year where they started off hot, right? That year felt like kind of the end of last year where you felt like you actually were the best team in the league. And then James Bradbury said, hold my beer. But then outside of that 1 year, they've really had slow starts. The Sirianni year, the first year, he talks about Flowers, then they come up. Then 2023, that year was great. Remember 2024, this is the team that everyone's comparing to now, slow. How about the best team we've all ever seen, 2-2? I'm predicting, because I think they're going to sneak out of this one with another Chiefs win. I said it last Wednesday. I'll say it again. They are the new Chiefs. They are the new Patriots kind of team. They're probably not going to score 30. They're probably not going to score 28 points a game. But they're going to out Chiefs, per se, the Rams this week. They lose on the road at Tampa. We all see that coming. At home, at Denver, in the link against Denver, when the entire country, with all their hatred towards us, says we have fallen off. This is 2024 all over again because we just lost to the Bucs. There it goes. There we are. That's Jalen's coming out party. That's when he comes on the podium. That's when he says that. And I really, it's kind of a weak argument. I only say that because when is the last time they've tried it out on week 3 and have just looked like a complete product? They just haven't. And here's the other thing I'll say. In terms of concern,
and that's
the AJ
changes.
I was just going there because I think the AJ thing concerns me, but I think this should be brought up. Point me out if I'm wrong. I don't know this is a fact, but there's 3 deep balls in the top of my head. Week 1 to Jahan Dotson, and then Smitty last week had 2. One where he dropped and it kind of looked like he got hurt and then he got back up, and then the one that he caught. I don't remember a single time that A.J. Brown was even running a route down the field where he was a primary target. Get what I'm saying here?
Well, that goes back to me thinking he's not healthy 100%.
That's where I'm going. I agree. I don't.
Me and Wilson said Sunday. I don't know.
I completely agree. It's a question. That's my. If I were to have a concern, that's my concern. But other than that, I'm not concerned.
Yeah, because there's no way as an offensive coordinator you're that much of a moron to not take 50-50 shots with A.J. Brown. Unless internally, he's not 100% healthy. And that's where we're at right now. Hammies are an issue, man. Hammies don't go away like that. And then it's the confidence in the hammy. It's the confidence to drive, right? And not feel like you're going to come up lame. And I think when you're in a situation like that, I even think on the crosser that should have been a first down. All right. At the end of the game.
Oh, absolutely.
The Chiefs. Mm-hmm. A.J. Brown last year might take that to the house. Right. Mm-hmm. One-on-one with a one-on-one guy. One-on-one with a corner. And his strength and speed.
Well, we watched him do it in that Green Bay game. I don't remember. I don't think he took it all the way to the house, but he had a crosser and he went 50 yards.
Yep. It's felt like he did that once a game. Felt like he did it once a game, and that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. Now that annoys me. I was saying this. I was saying it to one of my buddies. I'm like, a slant to A.J. Brown should get you 15 yards every single time you do it. Right? Because he's going to win the break off 95% of the time, right? He's going to catch the ball 7-8 yards down the field, and he's going to get at least 5 yards. It's a guaranteed first down, or it should be, if you just run a quick slant. I don't understand why you don't run that play 7 times a game.
And even this, forget it, dude. This is simple, man. You got a running back and a quarterback that can run. So this is simple RPOs all day and slant and go city. I mean, this is an easy offense. I could do it from my goddamn couch. This is easy. It's like Madden. You could pop up. You could be Tecmo Super Bowl. You could pop up 6 goddamn plays, and I'll run them all game until somebody wants to stop me. And that's what these guys are idiots. I don't even need motion. I need an RPO format. Are we okay? We did it with Nick Foles. Every time Jalen does an RPO, we get completions. We do. Stuff opens up. The second you go into his goddamn belly, and then you're sticking where you can run too, and you throw out of it. Who's stopping that consistently when you have a guy like A.J. Brown who can run slants at that level? Devontae Smith who can obviously 50-50 ball you too, right? Or A.J. can 50-50 and Devontae's running slants, or Dallas, whoever. But that, how are linebackers able to cover stuff 10-15 yards down the field when you're in that kind of when that kind of offense is being ran at them with those types of players? How? Like I'm how? I play defense. I play defense at points in my life. I don't know how I'm stopping that because I got to make a business decision now. Make a business decision. There's no middle ground here. There's no just staying flat-footed. I either got to play it or I got to drop.
But that's part to what AJ said like after the game, which kind of makes me feel like they're just trotting him out there anyway because he's healthy enough to play. It's like, look, even if I do what I just did against Kansas City, one of those safeties is still dropping my way 100% of the time. So he's really just a decoy in itself, even if he's not getting the ball. But there's no answers right now at all.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, going back to saying like you don't really need motion, the Eagles ran the most motion in the league last year. I think it's either the most.
I love motion, but my point is the RPO is motion in itself,
right?
Because it's just movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I love what Kellen Moore did. I mean, you nailed it, right? I mean, Kellen Moore was motion city, and then what you do is you get your guys in the matchups you want. But now let's take it all. I just gave our quarterback a ton of credit. Okay, so now I'm going to double down on some shit. The great ones, though, at the line of scrimmage, I need him to be better. Okay, I need him to get out of these huddles quicker. So you want to tell me my week 1 and week 2 issues is we're getting in the line of scrimmage with 12 seconds left. I can't check to anything.
Less. A lot of time less.
Yeah. You want to know why I'm not
last week was a lot less, yeah.
You want to know why I'm not successful? Because my quarterback doesn't have an opportunity to figure out what they're in. And you want to do that against a Spags defense? Good luck. Good luck. Because most defenses, you ain't going to really figure it out. You ain't figuring out what he's doing. But my point of that is you can't get up to the line of scrimmage late. Expect to be able to check in the stuff you want to check into. Expect to be able to run motions, etc., to get guys in matchups that you're looking for. And they haven't been able to do that. So they need to clean that up ASAP. Because I got no tolerance for that. I got a quarterback that's been doing this, a Super Bowl MVP. Let's knock off the bullshit around here. Everybody knock off the bullshit. Because that tells me, are we keeping the main thing the main thing? How the hell at home are we not at the line of scrimmage with 20-plus seconds on the clock and being able to decipher the whole country? How? I don't know. What are we getting Japanese called in? Like is Kevin Patullo, is he some American Japanese guy? He speaks fluent Japanese. He speaks no English. He needs to translate. What is happening? I need clearance on this because I guarantee nobody in the goddamn NovaCare complex had even had that. And maybe somebody asked it. I'm going to venture to guess that nobody's noticed it. That nobody's noticed it. We're just passing on by. That the biggest thing from a quarterback perspective is getting up to the line of scrimmage in time to be able to decipher what they're running and check in the stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm a first-time football watcher. I don't know. I've been doing this a long goddamn time, and I've watched the greats do it. How are we, when it's the same offense? It's essentially the same system, I would think, right? You would think the system really runs from your head coach down, unless you're hiring some out-of-the-box offensive coordinator like we did for 1 year with Kellen Moore. That you're going to allow his system to play with mixtures of your own. So, everybody know where I'm going here?
Totally.
Where's he? Is it the Flowers? Like, is he the issue? Is he just a bad offensive? So. I would say no too. I would say no. I don't think he's a bad offensive mind of any stretch. Or you don't win Super Bowls and go to 2 of them in 3 years. Okay, let's just be clear on that. Is it the quarterback? I hope not. I would say no. So who the hell's got the marbles in their mouth that can't spit it out in time?
Right. It's his first time calling plays, so he's not getting the play out quick enough. I feel like that's right. I mean, it's right in front of your face, but I totally agree. You can't watch the game. You can't watch the game on TV and not scream when you're right. There's like 9 seconds left, and now we're set. And you're on the road, and you're going against Spags. And I also think, against Spags, some of that underneath stuff kind of helps you. And I don't think he trusted Calcaterra too much. I don't even know if he was put in many situations to get the ball in the first place, to my memory. So Dallas Goedert makes a massive difference, especially against that defense.
Yeah, I mean, what did Goddard go
with all
for
the underneath
week 1?
stuff?
He had like 6 for like 70 or something. Dallas had a big week 1 in the first half. right? Open that up a little
Yeah,
bit.
he was our by far our most consistently best
I
receiver
think he
that
had like
game.
6 for 42, but the point is he
Either
still
either
had
way,
six-
like he was
yeah,
he
still
was the
had 6
go-to
catches.
target in the first. He
Yeah.
had 6 catches, right?
6
And
catches is big.
yeah, and I know for a fact that Jalen checking at the line was a problem a couple years ago. He was really good at it last year. He was really good at it because they were getting to the line, and he was, I vividly remember him doing this to AJ like multiple times, like, "Hey, you're going here," and he would just throw a deep ball.
Well, let me ask you a question. I got that. That's where I don't understand the disconnect, because like we've had a. Are you telling me? Are everybody telling me there's this much pressure to put a play call in? Then why are we hiring internally? like seriously, we haven't learned from Vic and Kellen Moore yet. Like we haven't learned from going and hiring a guy who's done it is most likely the better avenue to go than hiring a first timer. Like I don't understand.
So I think it has a lot to do with
Patul's a moron. That's what we figured out tonight.
Fair enough.
He might be, but we'll give him a few weeks. We'll give him a few.
Right. Again, I'm
Just
not
spit
gonna
it out.
I'm not gonna write him off.
Yeah,
right?
unfortunately,
that's
yes.
That's what she said.
Look at the two guys that have been the problem, right? The Brian Johnson, right, and now Patula. Again, we're 2 weeks in, right? First timers that you got at the end of the coaching cycle because you were in the Super Bowl, right? So you weren't doing interviews for offensive coordinators, right? Those guys were with you through the entire season. And you're doing interviews in February.
We're screwed. Yeah, we get
screwed.
It's
like you're screwed by your own success, right? So again, I can't write the dude off. You're 2-0. Yes, your offense hasn't looked. Okay. The offense looked pretty good against Dallas to start out. I think it looked pretty good.
Agreed.
Right now, then your second again, you get screwed over by the lightning delay or whatever. Everybody slows down. Everything in general in that game completely slowed down, right? And then you go week 2 against Spags, who's been in the league for 30 years, right? So again, not gonna write it off, right? Now you're at home week 3. Let's get after it, right? Open the playbook up a little bit, be a little bit faster, maybe run some hurry up, if you get yourself going a little bit, because this Rams defense isn't that good. Their front four is pretty good. Their secondary is not very good. Their linebackers are right? Like you'll be able to move the football as long as your offensive line can protect, which they should be able to. So,
and I agree. That's where I think that Jalen can get the passing game going this week and throw for 2 touchdowns or just have a good game. However, we want to talk about that, right? But as I think, because they're not gonna allow, or they're gonna attempt not to allow Saquon Barkley to beat them.
Right? They're gonna put 7 guys in the box.
Yeah, and until this offense breaks out throwing the football, teams are going to continue to do that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But I also think the one thing I left out of my whole argument to the poll guys was that, it usually takes our offensive time to get going. Luke's spot on that. And a lot of it's just because we've got a new offensive coordinator every year. But I think of what Chris Jones said, I think it's bigger than anything we're talking about right now. So when you want to take jabs, we're not talking about media taking jabs. We're talking about a Hall of Famer at some point of his, when his days are done. Yeah. And Chris Jones saying, you only threw for 100, you didn't throw for 100 yards, blah, 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 blah. And we won the fucking game. Jalen says back to him. My point of that is, I think that's where this week comes from. That's more. And I left that out in my argument. I'm a moron. So I'm like Kevin Patullo now. But like I left that out because I think the big thing of that is it's another player saying something. I wouldn't want to be the Rams this week. That's all I'm saying. I just wouldn't want to be the St. Louis Rams. I wouldn't want to be the LA Rams. I wouldn't want to be anything associated with the Rams this week. To go in the predictions, I think I don't know what I think yet, but I'm trying to fire the troops up here that the offense can get going a little bit and get going in just some consistency, some throwing the football. And I don't need to throw the ball 40 times a game. That's not where I'm going with it. I just want the ball out, right? And if it's not out, that's fine too. But I need those explosive plays downfield like we've had. And those plays don't have to be 50. I'm talking about chunk plays, 15, 20, 25-yard plays. We need those. We can't be checked down Charlies and we begin so much pressure, right? so much pressure. Because I think that's what teams are starting to do to us is they're just going to bring guys all the time and disguise who they're bringing and try to screw him up. So if you're not getting in the line in time, you're messing yourself up even more. But that's going to be the big challenge. Is I think teams are copycats, and a lot what Spags did, I think teams are going to try to do. Doesn't mean they're going to be successful, but I see them loading the box and bringing a lot of guys. So we'll see what happens with it.
I mean, if I'm Jalen, I'm expecting a blitz on every single third down for probably the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I would expect that.
Forever.
And it sucks without AJ Brown. I mean, think about the Super Bowl. Think about both Super Bowls. Think about the NFC Championship game last year. Think about think about the Giants game last year, where it's like 4th and 5, 4th and 4, 4th and 3. That go ball is like cemented in Eagles history the last 3 years. It's been
the
played
go-to.
time after time after time after time. And like if you just get rid of that and tell me that I don't have that in my arsenal anymore, I mean it's easy to forget because Saquon had so many big plays. You're talking about some pretty big plays. Big plays. NFC title, I believe it's like right before half. It's a 2-point game.
Yep.
And it's 4th and 5. I mean, if you don't get that, they have all momentum. They have the ball at like the 40. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
That was a huge play.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we don't know if AJ's fully healthy or not. Obviously, we would like him to be. And him being that opens the offense up more. Like you said, the hammies, it's hard. It's hard to be able to move with that.
Yep.
But like, hey, it didn't win the game for you this past week, but the Devontae go ball off that, like the engage 8 blitz, just coming out of Madden, Devontae had to come back to it because Jalen had negative time to get rid of the football. But like, it's essentially the same thing, right? Like, what's your go-to on this? Okay, here they're bringing pressure. We have to get this first down. We're not going 4 yards. No, we're throwing the ball deep. We're going to trust our guys to win one-on-one.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're going to be able to do that. It's one of the luxuries of, having these skill position guys in AJ and Devontae, and obviously you have Saquon Barkley. So you can do both, right? You can do both, and you need to see them do both, right? Because I do think that the Rams are going to be able to move the football this week. I do think that they're going to score at least 20 points. So you're going to have to score. I would love to see 30 this week. I would very much like to see at least 3 touchdowns out of the offense. But you're gonna have to score this week because the Rams are gonna find a way to move the football. Just because that second corner spot with whoever's got to cover Puka or Devontae Adams.
Oh, Dory.
Yeah, not looking forward to that one.
Look out.
Yeah, that should be fun. John, you said Eagles need coordinators with resumes, team limiting itself. Why can't they have high intellect football people decide better? I think like we talked about, the problem is you're doing it after a Super Bowl and guys are taken, right? So I think the only other way you can combat that is going to the college ranks and trying to pry people out of schools. That's head coaches that have been known to be really good offensive coordinator. Like that's the avenue you would have to go in that situation. And then, I don't know if you can even do that at that time of the year. I don't know. Right. Because it is so late in the game. But I think that the thing that we're leaving out in this is when you have a veteran quarterback, right? Like you need to overcome that. And I believe they will, right? But when you have a veteran quarterback, you have to overcome those shortcomings. Like you have to make up for Kevin's newness of the job. You have to make up for some of the limitations early on with that, right? As talented as this offense is, you need to then help him too. And that's beating guys. That's picking up blocks. Like somebody said, the first play was a deep ball to AJ. He was wide open, but that's the one that Jalen like fumbled it. Calcaterra missed the block, whatever, and the play got blown up. All right, so I'm sure there's plays out there when they go back and look at film that they're like, okay, if we pick this block up and you're able to stay in the pocket longer, we have this. I'm sure there is. Like, there's too much talent out there for these guys not to be open. So I mean, these are good. These are good questions. Like, I think at that point of the year, you're so screwed.
Yeah, no, there's just not a whole lot you can do, right? Unless, well, yeah, I mean, everybody who's in the coaching cycle at that point, who's worthy of being an offensive coordinator or being somebody like that, is either already become a head coach or is going to be somebody's offensive coordinator somewhere else because they get that job in January, right? Not, what was the Super Bowl this year? February 9th? Like, guys have already been in jobs for a month at that point.
Yeah, it's
so
hard.
Difficult.
I mean, I also think though that it goes unnoticed that he is Nick's guy.
Yeah, he is. He's been with
So I think it's that, and I just think Nick thought that not only Nick but Howie too. If we know anything about Howie, it's that if he feels that you're gaining enough power to kind of change what's going on internally inside the organization, like Doug Peterson, it's not going to work. So I think that the whole organization believed in him, but it really started because he's Nick's guy. He's been Nick's guy for, I think, the majority of his entire coaching career. But I also think everyone in the organization just thought, if we're not going to hire this guy right now, it's probably never going to happen. Maybe he leaves the organization. I don't know. I'm not saying I feel that highly of the guy. I don't even know about him, but they do, clearly.
Yeah, and in 8 weeks or 5 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it may be, we might be having a different conversation about him too. Right? Or we're
I mean, it could be a good conversation, it could be a bad conversation.
Yeah, it could be the same one, or it could be a brand new one.
100%.
And again, obviously you made the internal hire, but I don't even remember there being anybody else to talk about back in February. Like, there wasn't another option. Not that I can remember. Can you guys remember anybody?
No.
Yeah, so there was nothing out there. It's all right.
It was just, are we keeping Kellen Moore or are we not? Right.
Well, yeah, it was just a matter of, is he taking the job or not?
Yeah, I'm sure there was other stuff out there because New Orleans didn't have a coach yet. So I'm sure there was other stuff out there, but at that late in the game, they probably feel just more comfortable bringing in a known than keeping a known than an unknown.
Yeah.
At that point.
And Nick went out on a limb to try to recruit him back too. I remember that before he left. He did. So I don't know.
Yeah, like that Tuesday or something.
Right
before the parade. He was like, hey,
yeah.
What if you stayed?
Let's run it back. That's what he said. Let's run it back.
He's like, do you really want to go coach the Saints? Are you sure about that?
I mean, that was a questionable move. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I'm hunting Saints every week in survivor pools. So.
Yeah. But no,
I don't think they're even trying to win.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No. And I think, and like I said, I think we obviously wanted them back. We knew the writing was on the wall. And you're sort of stuck, and you got to hope that this guy figures it out, right? Or whatever's going on.
Yep.
Right, whatever exactly is going on, because I don't listen to pressers anymore. I don't listen to these guys talk. I know you guys probably do more than me. What have they been saying about the passing game?
AJ's the only one that would actually go out and maybe say something, and he's been like. He said something about how I know people are going to talk about the passing game, and that's fair. But then he said, we won the game. That's all that matters. So I don't think that they're really concerned. Here's the other thing. We're 2-0, and we have concerns, and we're only expecting this thing to get better. The NFL majority of it, not great. Let's just call it like it is. So even if we want to do what we do right now, we're a playoff team. And we're not going to do what we do right now the whole season. Where none of us are expecting that. We're expecting that at some point, week 5, week 6, something like that, they put it together. So they can go out and win a ton of games right now because the rest of the league is not – who's concerning you? There's a few teams in there. Green Bay's concerning me. I'm just saying, not that we're gonna. I'm just saying, is threats. Green Bay, Baltimore, Buffalo. You can't bring up Kansas City. We just beat them on the
Well,
road. I'm just saying, like, who else is like a concern to you right now stepping on the field? LA, maybe if they put up
I
30.
was gonna say,
But our
against Philly.
defense is I'll go there. Like, I'm not an Adoree guy at all, far from it. Defense is too good to give up 30 against probably anyone in the league. It's too good. It's too good. There's too much talent there. There's so much talent. They are loaded. Loaded. They have one weak spot, and yes, it'll be exposed at a certain point. But come on.
Well, I think I said it the other night, and I'll stand by it. I mean, enjoy the dynasty because this defense is set up for us to have a dynasty. So enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Sit back and enjoy it.
I mean, just think about the guys you have on your team and where they come from and their resumes and like, oh my God, it goes on and on and on and on. Even a guy like Adoree Jackson, who stinks openly right now. I mean, he was a tremendous college player.
Yeah,
I mean, he did, but he was guarding nobodies. But it's okay.
Listen,
he did his job.
Worse.
He did his job.
It could be a lot worse. Yeah,
totally, no doubt about it. Did his job, but I mean, he had an unbelievable college career. He had a few good years in the league, and that's by far your worst defensive starter.
Yeah, I mean, you got what, 2 rookies starting already? Makuba had two of the biggest plays of the game against the Chiefs.
He's a problem. He's a very good problem.
Kid's a problem. Jahad Campbell was, he did his job last week. Didn't hear about him at all, which means again he did his job. He was awesome week 1. You found Zach Bond off the trash heap, right? He's an All-Pro his first year, and again he's just manning this defense. Jalen Carter is going to be a problem for the next decade. Like, you got two.
Darius Smith was
corners.
a great signing.
Yeah, he was
there.
Oh my God, he made an impact on his first play on the field.
Yeah. Wilson tried clowning me over saying that he would have an impact, and he's like, "Oh, what kind of question's that? Like, you guys really think so? You were morons on Wednesday night. So you guys are all morons." And I said, "Okay, so you telling me a veteran pass rusher can't have an impact?" A guy, we'll talk after Sunday. And immediately when he got the half a sack, the message came flying for me. Like, no impact. Still no impact, buddy? Just checking in with you.
Yeah, Makuba and him met in the backfield. It was great.
Listen, this defense, again, is set up for years to come. They got younger while getting older in weird ways. And what I mean by getting older was like some of your younger guys are getting older to turn into some veterans coming into year 3 and year 4s. And those guys start to become your leaders of your football team. And when you build your defense, and 3 of those guys were a part of the best defensive line that we may have ever seen in college football. All right, like seriously. And they're here. I don't know, especially when it's your D tackles. Like, your 2 D tackles of that football team are right here, and you win up the middle, and that's who's here. I don't know where else we need a correlation from. That's the whole tone setter, and then it just trickles. Now you need that players around them, and they do. They do. They got another defense end from that same team too. So, I mean, they got 4 guys up front that were all on the same team that was arguably the best defense of all time. And you win up where? Up front. And then, like you said, right, Zach Bond, wherever you got him from, doesn't even matter. The guy wasn't a one-hit wonder. It's none of that. Duke can flat out play. Jahad Campbell is just morons on draft day. That's how Jahad Campbell gets you. I don't care about an injury or anything like that. That's because there's so many dry jocks out there that need so much gold bomb, all right, between their damn legs. That's why Jahad Campbell drops to Howie Roseman. That's exactly why. Okay, and then let's just go on from there. You got a guy pacing the sidelines that was also the middleman on the greatest defense week again in college football that we talked about, Nakobe Dean. Hey, he's not even playing yet. Hey, Makuba, me and Luke talked about that on draft night, and I think Rye, you probably talked about him too. But I know me and Luke loved him. I think you did as well. Ball hawk, always around the football, right? Sunday's another example of the football finding your fingertips. That's 2 times now that he's part of a takeaway in the first 2 weeks of the season. Funny how that translates from a Power 4 school Funny, okay? And then the corners, we know what they are. We know what Cooper and we know what. Now, he's not Guantanamo Bay. All right, we could take the T-shirts away for a little bit, but he's a damn good corner. All right, we could calm down with the Guantanamo and, and nobody's ever going to catch all. It's a lot easier to pull that off when you got Darius on the other side, but still a damn good player. That's not the conversation. And Coop, we know what Coop is. And then the elephant in the room, which is Adoree Jackson, who, again, if Adoree Jackson's losing you games, I think you got bigger props. I don't know how one guy out of 11 loses you consistent games, but we'll see. He could, I guess. we
he could without Jalen Carter. He could without Jalen Carter. We saw that.
CD Lamb and George Pickens every week. I think that's the other conversation with a quarterback that distributes the football as well as Dak Prescott does to those guys. I don't think you're going to see that every week.
You'll see it this week, though.
Yeah.
See it this week.
It's worse this week. Yeah,
it's absolutely worse this week.
It might be worse. And CD Lamb,
it definitely is worse.
CD
it's
might be
definitely
the best
worse.
wide receiver in football too. I know everybody's Jamar Chase and everything else. But, CD for being a smaller guy, and I hate giving Cowboys credit, but credit where it's
I wanted him so much coming out.
I mean, I wanted Jefferson.
I wanted him.
It almost happened.
I wanted Jefferson because I'm just a realist. I watched 100 catches in the SEC, and I said, hey, and I had people on this show, I had people on these airways trying to tell me that he can't play other spots but the slot. And I said, what does that even mean? I said, I don't care where you had 100 catches at. If you got 100 catches in the SEC,
best offense in college football history.
I'm going to try you out. I'm going to see how you taste. Now listen.
So dumb.
Sometimes things end up better. And I honestly believe this was better for us.
Mm-hmm.
This was better for us. And I'm going to stick to that. So your mistake turned into 2 Super
Yeah,
Bowls.
long term.
Yep.
Well, no, yeah. Your mistake.
Year 1 wasn't ideal.
Right? Your mistake.
Year 1 wasn't ideal.
Right? Your mistake here, you don't have Devontae Smith, you don't have A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
That's your mistake. So I think it worked itself out.
I think so too. Oh, Neighbors is Malik's a problem.
He's a stud.
Yeah, he's a problem.
Stud.
But hey, he's gonna have who knows throwing him the football.
I mean, we really are our farm system. I mean, if you use your farm system off of Kirby Smart and Nick Saban, you're a genius. Like the fact that I've been saying that for years. The funny thing is, I literally gave you the blueprint, Howie. I might sue the Philadelphia Eagles for success. Like I might think about suing them for their success because I guarantee I have clips somewhere of constantly talking about going and getting guys from the SEC and going and getting guys from Alabama and Georgia came on a little bit later than Alabama into their run. Nick was doing this shit for a while. But it's like every guy that came off of Alabama's rosters over the years, like I would say 75% of them held up in the league. Like I don't know how true that is. It's just me just spitting numbers, but like it felt like you couldn't
feels
miss
like
it.
Yeah,
especially if you're like a top 3 round guy. If you're a top pick, yeah. But yeah, I remember for years I'm watching the Eagles on draft night with my pops. I'm like, why the hell do we not draft guys from SEC schools?
Yeah.
Why are we taking TCU and we took JJ Arcega-Whiteside out of Stanford or something? Like, what are we doing here?
We're not going to Stanford for football
what are we
players.
doing here?
Like, you don't go to smart schools for goddamn football players. Well, it's hard to get into. I'm going to steer away. I need some idiots around. You know what I mean? Like if I'm building a real football culture, I just need some football players. Like we didn't go to school to study math. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's not why we showed up to school for. Like we weren't, let's do great in the classroom. Like, no, we have a job. We have a professional job on the damn football field at these schools, most of them. The fact that we even drafted from the Pac-12 shows you're the biggest jackass in the world. Like I would never.
The Kobe Dean.
Like imagine drafting defensive guys. Yeah, imagine drafting
defensive
defensive guys from Pac-12, and I'm not saying none of them work. That's not what I'm saying. Imagine drafting defensive backs from the Pac-12 or the Big 12 back in the day. Imagine being like, that's where I'm going to go get my D-backs from. Every school gives up 45 points a night. What are we talking about? Who's going to be good from there? Everybody gets torched. And I got the SEC teams just beating each other's asses up, and guys are dropping to the 3rd round.
Well, I mean,
83rd overall pick. I just looked it up. Yeah. Imagine drafting 82 players. The starting Mike linebacker from arguably, you said it, one of the better defenses in college football history.
The best college defense.
There are 82 guys. 82 guys that get drafted ahead of him. Okay.
He's a little
Okay.
undersized, you know.
Of the
Yeah.
Kobe Dean.
Well,
Oh, we said that on draft night too.
Okay.
We talked about that
Okay.
on draft night. That's the biggest fall I've ever seen. Like, we're going to talk about injury concerns. Like I said on draft night, that's a captain of that defense. Like, are we watching the same game? Like, if you ask Kirby Smart, if you sat down and fucking had a conversation with Kirby Smart will tell you that was a leader of my defense. That how he goes in the third round is mind-boggling to me. That's a first-round pick. I don't care about the knees. I don't. Now, has he been hurt? Has he been hurt? Absolutely, right? So you can make the case that, well, he has been hurt. But who was one of the guys that gave a speech before the Super Bowl? I'll leave the conversation right here. I don't got to say no more. If you look up at the Eagles Super Bowl and who gave speeches the night before, and if you saw who I saw, you would understand the impact that guy has, not even playing the game of football for them right now. And that impact that guy has on your best player more than Jordan Davis does, if you want to be truthful about this. The Kobe Dean has more of an impact of keeping Jalen in check than Jordan will. I know these guys like they're my cousins. You know what I mean? I know these guys. I know the truth in here. And I know who the real leader of that defense was. And it wasn't the dude who's on the Jaguars. Okay, it wasn't him who was cool because his metrics were cute, right? Like, oh, metrics. Okay, like, right. So how that age? I don't know how that aged. Doesn't seem like it's aging well. They can't stop
40-yard dash. It's like how fast is he? How fast is he with the football in his hands? I want to know that.
How fast is he chasing everybody down? How fast is he when everybody's going to the end zone and he's chasing them down? Because we're looking for some Leon Letts around here. We're looking for some Don BBs that go way back. Yeah, but the point of it all is like that's what happens. And if you're able to like, now granted, we got lucky with Zach because we'd be killing ourselves if we didn't have Nakobe. And
oh my, just really think about. No, we don't appreciate that enough. We literally woke up and we added an All-Pro on our team. Unbelievable.
For nothing. For nothing.
Me and you, I remember that last summer. Me and you, or I guess over a summer ago, me and you went at it. You were like,
me and you?
Yeah, you were Zach Bond's biggest fan. I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
Oh, I was. That night. I got something right.
I'm like, who is this?
Me.
I'm like, we're crowning guys who haven't even suited up yet. Who is this guy? I've never heard of him.
Holy shit! I need a day.
You don't remember that? That was like a month-long thing. You were like, oh, and then he played you're like, oh, Zach Bond in the preseason. Here he goes. I'm telling you. I'm like, preseason. Let's calm down. I kept putting the brakes on him.
Well, I love it. I mean, I know I liked him. I didn't know I was, I didn't know Daddy was home. You know what I mean? I didn't know.
Oh yeah, you were his biggest fanboy. There's no doubt about that. I'm like, who even is this guy? You're like, yeah, the defense will be great. We got Zach Bond. I'm like, who the fuck is Zach Bond? Who is that guy? Yeah.
Look at this. Look at the kid. Just
Yeah.
Seeing through the trees. I just saw through the trees. I knew it. But I mean, I'm probably the biggest Nakobe fan around. So I apologize for the rant. But that's how much I love the kid, and he was one of the guys who spoke. And when you're speaking and you're not even playing, I think it tells you what this organization, how these players feel about Nakobe Dean. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys seen the pace on the sidelines, but that dude looks like he wants to play and wants to play tomorrow. And that's going to be the most interesting thing is Jihad Campbell with Nakobe Dean. Now, I think the great thing about what you could do with Nakobe is you can limit his snaps, which keep him healthy. Right. And I think that's the biggest thing and the biggest seller in Nakobe. But the problem with that is the guy who was calling plays and was your Mike linebacker before the injuries was Nakobe Dean. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, I mean, he was your signal caller. Again, goes back to the whole conversation where it started on how much an organization they feel about this kid that guy, is calling the plays right off the bat. So, I mean, just unbelievable drafting, and they're deep, man. Like, we didn't even talk about Trotter who can play, right? And it's just great to have because you win up the middle. It's great to have these linebackers because, like, when you look back at the Cowboys in the 90s and you look back at these great teams and great defenses, what was the whole common theme? I mean, they had great middle linebackers too. Now, their fronts were delicious, right? But they had the linebackers that were sideline to sideline guys. And that's been a common theme in football history. Like the Ravens defense, who's arguably the best one before ours. What did they have? I mean, they had the front that would beat your ass up, and they had guys like Ray Lewis. And I know I'm drawing a blank on the other linebacker because I know he can.
Terrell Suggs.
Yeah, I feel like if Suggs was more of like a D end, I thought.
Yeah, he was. But I think earlier in his career, he was.
Yeah, you might be right.
He was up. Right. Yeah.
But either way, he's always had guys that were sidelined, and Ray was. So I mean, at the end of the day,
it's great to have a guy. It's great to have a guy like to point at somebody who's in the league now and has been in the league for a while and it's been a problem for a while. And Fred Warner out the Niners, that dude's been a problem for years. And now you have a guy who that can go on the sideline and bond, and it looks like that Jahad Campbell could do that, And when you get
Nakobe was playing at like a Fred Warner level before he got hurt.
He could do that, right? I don't know if he's slightly as athletic, but
the pick in Jacksonville was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
The one-hand pick. Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, the pick he had, and then so I mean, the point of it is Nakobe was trending in a direction of like a franchise linebacker before he got hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, he was having he had a great start to the year.
But now it's like out of all the Georgia guys, I would expect him to be back the least. I don't really see him coming back because
I think he's
for his own interest.
No, I
don't think so because he's not going to make the most money here. And honestly, if I'm his agent, I think he will. I think some team is, especially like every year, there's one team who goes into it and says like, I hear you, but I don't think that they're willing to.
Well, what we think. Oh, we can't even do that anymore, Luke, because what we thought we knew, we don't know anymore when it comes to the linebacker position in the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And how that matters to them, right? I'm just giving you a hypothetical. Not hypothetical. I'm just giving you an argument here. Like I would rather let Trotter out the door and my third linebacker be Nakobe Dean and use Jahad Campbell, but use Jahad Campbell more in like a Swiss Army knife instead. Yeah. Like I would use Jahad Campbell all over the field, and my two main linebackers would be Zach Bowen and Nakobe Dean. I think you're usually right on 99.9% of the things you say. This one, I just think we just talked about it ad nauseum, like leadership and all these things. I'm telling you that first of all, he's not going to get that kind of money anywhere else. He's been hurt too much.
That's where me and you disagree. I think he will. I think someone is good because every year there's one team that just has a ton of money and they overspend, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They do it all the time.
Not a guy who like literally tore his knee in 25 places.
Yeah,
I don't know. I see him getting money, especially he's definitely going to get starting caliber money, and I question whether we're in a position to pay another linebacker starting caliber money when you have job. And I hate saying that because I love Nakobe, but I only do say that because you can't bring back him, Jordan Davis, Jalen. You're just not going to be able to do it. Like, I just don't see how you're able to do it.
You can.
I don't see it.
You can because, listen, this is how I'll tell you can. Because I put all my money into my defense. I'm putting all my money in the defense. I'm not putting my money into the offense anymore. I got to go draft offensive players as these guys get older.
So what, AJ? You're done with you're going to have to make a big sacrifice.
Here where I'm going with this, right? Here where I'm going with this. Like, yeah, you got to make sacrifices, but I'm not giving Nakobe Dean like $80 million here. Like,
no,
that injury is big time. So first off, you got to come back and produce before somebody's going to give you money that proves you're ready to go. So I think for him, the best move is a 2-year deal here and show he can play again, right? That would be in his best interest, not go and, try to chase a big deal that he's not going to get. So that's where I think he stays. But the other guys, like I drafted these guys for a reason, right? I revamped my defense. I got them younger, right? So here where I'm going with this. At some point, you have to go then bait and switch and do the same thing to your offense. Like you went out and spent money offensively on Saquon Barkley and AJ Brown per se, right? So you spent money in those places before. Well, at some point, you have to then draft the offensive side of the football. We put so many of our assets recently on the defense side of the football. Like that's where our assets draft-wise have gone. So now you have to be able to sign those guys. Why am I drafting them if I'm not going to sign the best of those guys to build the type of defense I want. I have my franchise quarterback, right? And that's how right. I got to make sure he has a number one guy all the time. Well, Saquon Barkley's here, right? You know, I don't know. But where I'm going with this is I'm not saying you're going to get hometown discounts from like AJ Brown or Devontae Smith, but I think at some point you're going to have a quarterback redo his deal to make sure that AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are here. That's my point. And you have to still continue to draft skill position players offensively at some point too, right? Because you're going to want younger
I just
guys.
think there's so many top tier talent guys at their position on our team that when I look at a guy like Nakobe Dean, I hate saying this. I love Nakobe Dean, but especially when you just drafted a linebacker in the first round who looks all but like he is the truth. So at that point, it's like I'm paying Jalen Carter. I need to make a decision on Jordan Davis this summer. Nolan Smith's coming in like less than a year. I just paid Zach Pond $17 million a year.
Yeah, but none of these guys.
I just paid Devontae Smith. Landon Dickerson. I just paid.
Yeah, but none of these guys are demanding that kind of money. Like Landon, like nobody's like Jordan Davis isn't getting Landon Dickerson money. Like
no, he's not. But his fifth-year option is $20 million. So how much is he expecting next year? I'm just saying. Like,
no. And I hear that, but that's that's where your draft slot is. That's not what you've earned, right, in the league. That's where your draft slot is. But my point is like Devontae, nobody on this defense, and the guys we're talking about at least, is getting Devontae Smith's money. Like Nolan Smith, I love Nolan Smith, but unless his sack numbers are double digit, I don't know who's going to go give him that kind of money. Like somebody will pay him. But is somebody going to extremely overpay him if you don't win the Super Bowl? Like $1 million? No, they're not. Like, yeah, Milton Williams could happen when you win it. But if you don't win it, right, you're probably not going to have that happen to you. So it's like that's where it gets touchy. But again, another guy they're not going to let out the door, right? They're always going to have guys.
No, that's where I think they would be quicker given the situation.
Well,
I think Nolan Smith has a better chance of coming back.
Well, of course he does. Well, what's AJ's deal?
Yeah.
Like when's AJ's deal?
AJ's he's good. He's good.
Okay.
He's not making another one for a while.
So what are we talking about then? We're worried about AJ, how we keep all these guys. Well, we
don't have a lot of salary cap left. So Jalen Carter is the $100 million man.
Well, that's where your quarterback has to take less money for teams to keep it. Not take less money, but restructure a deal to back end money. It's the only way it works. It's the Tom Brady effect. It's the only way it works. The only way it works. Mahomes is decimated offensively because I don't think he restructured his deal, did he?
No, they just refuse to draft or sign any receivers unless they're like older, like DeAndre Hopkins, who now looks amazing.
Yeah. But you guys get what I'm saying, though? Like, I think that's where you got to get your quarterback to help you. And you're not trying to take money from your quarterback because he deserves it, but you guys get what I'm saying. And I'm not saying he's an animal if he doesn't do it. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, look at him, he's a piece of shit. No, it's not what I'm saying. But like, if you're going to lose like some of your best players and your chances to win, there isn't many quarterbacks that care about winning more. And what do you want your legacy to be? Because more money comes with endorsements than does on the football field. Yeah. And I'll stand by that. And any smart agent will tell their representation the same damn thing. So if you're being represented right, and if you need somebody, I'm here for you, right? But if you want to be represented right, that's what any representation is going to tell you. Winning will get you more money than anything else. Yep. At the quarterback position.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with you that Jalen would take, a pay cut or restructure or whatever, right? If he had to. I absolutely agree with you that. But the Philadelphia Eagles in general have showed that they don't need to do that because they'll just make their contract signing bonuses because Jeffrey Lurie will just pay it out because he'd rather keep guys than get rid of guys. It's happened multiple times.
I just think Nakobe's in such a weird spot because, he's so valuable to the organization and the off the field ways. But then when you talk about money, and then when you talk about Jalen Carter being probably the highest paid, top 3 at least defensive tackle in the league,
just don't overvalue guys who are coming off don't listen. We just talked about how much we love the kid, but we can't overvalue him. Right, to think he's going to get like big time starter money.
Jalen Carter?
No. Nakobe Dean.
Jalen
okay. Yeah.
Jalen Carter will be the highest paid defensive tackle in football.
rightfully fucking so, right? But like, maybe rightfully so. I don't know. He's got to go have a great year.
Mhm.
Like his defensive coordinator, we're acting like it's a stone cold lock, guys. He spit on somebody week 1. Week 2, his defensive coordinator is calling him out for not being in shape. I mean, I don't know. And I love it, by the way. I love that we got guys that hold people accountable. Right. But like, come on, is that the highest paid defensive tackle in football right now? What you
No,
do
but
matters.
he will be.
No,
Yeah.
listen. We'll talk after the year. Right now, no. I'm being honest with you guys. That we look, guys, you gotta be honest with ourselves. This isn't a video game. Right now, no. They're not. Nobody's backing Brinks up for that right now. Nobody yet. You got to go have a great year again. Because this year is rocky. I'm being honest. The year's rocky. You hurt your value. That's real talk 101 with the extra shit. Because of the extra shit, you'll hurt your value if you spit, you're not in great shape. Okay? And then you don't have a great year. Houston, that ain't even top 10 even tackle money. Now we still get that. I get it, right? But you guys get what I'm saying. Like what you do, this is what you've done for me recently. Like this isn't what your track record all is about. Not in this league. So unless you go have a great year again, which I expect them to have, right? Then you ain't demanding shit. Like we can't overhype her out. Like he's awesome.
I don't think we are though. I mean, he plays, and now just even him being out of shape, everyone's now getting to the quarterback because he's so impactful.
Absolutely.
So like even that alone, like we look like a totally different team.
Listen, we just sat here and talked about the best defensive line in college football history and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Ain't nobody running from nothing. I'm making the arguments are just about dollars and cents. That's all it's about. And you hurt your value if those things are happening throughout a year where you're trying to get paid. That's all my point.
Yeah, there's no doubt. No doubt.
Your value is still your value, babe. I'm not telling you that he doesn't get number 1 defensive tackle money, but he doesn't. Maybe he gets top 3. That's my point. My point is maybe he's not the outlier.
We'll make top 3.
You know what I mean? Maybe he's not the outlier because of the extra. That's where you can hurt your value a little bit. But to your point, teams are always gonna, if you're super fucking talented, teams are always gonna pay it. But
yeah,
like, I don't know. Like the last point is I don't know if Nolan Smith yet or Nakobe Dean has earned a big contract yet.
Well, no, it's that's where I'm going. It's not. I don't even think that. I'm not even talking Zach Bond $17.5 million a year. There's no way that Nakobe Dean is going to get that because of his injuries. Okay. But like, let's just look at what they did this summer. They wouldn't bring back Isaiah Rodgers, who made what, $4 million. So it's not. Like I find that hard to believe. I just don't. It doesn't make sense to me that you're going to bring a new guy in here and learn like from New York, and then he's going to learn it just didn't make sense. And Slay, like the fact that you lost both of them.
Oh, I agree with you, but maybe not the Slay part. Like, but maybe there's something about Isaiah that they just weren't, that Vic didn't like. I don't know. Like that's where I go with this stuff. Like I put a lot of this defense on Vic. There must have been something. Maybe he didn't
right, but I'm just talking dollars and cents. So if they weren't willing to spend, and neither of those guys are making a ton of money on a successful defense, and you're looking at Nakobe and you're like, look, we just drafted this guy in the first round. I'm not saying what I would do. I'm just trying to predict what they might do. Like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, look, we put a lot of resources in the position. We just drafted a guy. He looks amazing. We're excited for you to come back this year and you'll make an impact on our team. But let's be real. Like, are we going to pay you? Like, I don't know. Because they're thinking about that in the back of their mind. And that's why he's so good at what he does. We're never in salary cap hell. He's always ready for the next payment. So if that's the decision he makes, I just wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is dads, to be clear. Like, nobody is not signing Jalen Carter. We're just talking about, like, the extra stuff can hurt your value a little bit. You know, and yeah, I mean, I guess Dean leaving too, but I could also see him staying because, again, it just depends what's out there. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's hard to predict. We don't even predict this shit right now. We need to.
Yeah,
we need to
that's it's week 3 of the NFL season.
we're-
Defending
we're-
Super Bowl champions.
We're in the off season already here.
We're just bored.
We're just bored of
We're
winning.
too good. That's what it is. We just win too much. We need some kind of
We need to complain about
controversy.
something. We need to complain about something.
Yeah, just like how you NFL people shut the hell up with the tush push. We've jumped a false start. We did. You know what's really cool about the whole thing is like when people go on TV and they're like, "Oh, like that's why you won the game." Okay. First of all, your kicker missed a field goal, and your star tight end dropped the ball. But what's going completely unnoticed in this entire thing is that you, as a fan base, are willing to complain about a play that's unstoppable. 4th and 1, your own side of the field. You're free to do it as well. You decide to give the ball on a weak-ass halfback sweep to Kareem Hunt that got blown the fuck up. All right? So as Tom would say, check between your legs, miss me with that bullshit. I don't want to hear it. That's ridiculous. You could do the same exact thing. You want to complain about the play after the season and like take it out and ban it? Fine. That's a whole different discussion. But while it's still legal, as far as I'm concerned, you could also do it too, especially in a spot where you need to get a first down, where you're rolling the dice. I mean, get the hell out of here with complaining about the play. Shut the hell up. You had all offseason to complain about the play and get it banned and eliminate it from the league, and it didn't work. So now that we live in a world where it's so unstoppable, why do I watch Bills games in the playoffs where all they need to do is complete this unstoppable play and continue their drive, continue their season, and they can't do it? Why do I see this dynasty with this great fat head coach who has this great idea to go for it at home, fourth and 1, he doesn't have the balls to run it? Shut the hell up, all right? We're week 3 of the NFL season. You're complaining about a short yardage play. Look in a mirror.
Yeah.
Look in a mirror.
I love that people complain about it. I love it. It fuels me on Monday morning watching Nick Wright and these other like morons just complaining about this goddamn play that nobody else can run. If you want to complain about it so much, either figure out how the hell to stop it or run it yourself. Shut the hell up.
There's no way to stop it.
There's no way to stop it. Guys line up in the neutral zone. They still can't fucking stop it.
That's what upsets all these people. I think it's the most amazing thing in the world. I just think it's amazing. Like the fact that people care so much too. Like do something about it. Like you want to take the slant out because it's hard to cover, right?
And their biggest argument for it is like, but you can't stop it. And I'm like, I know. That's the point. I get it. You do it.
We do it. Yeah, you can't stop it when we do it, but everybody else who does it can be stopped. So maybe we're just really good at something in the game, and like you want to ban it because the Philadelphia Eagles are great at something. Like that's what's amazing. Like I can see if every team was 100% on it. Okay, right? You don't want 100% anything in the league because that's probably not good, right? I get that. But when only one team does it at the rate we do it at, why does everybody else care?
Because they're not good at it. That's why they care, Tom.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it.
Well, we know this, and it's a liability as well.
Of course,
absolutely.
Again, we're trading for Denzel Ward in like.
Oh, please.
When the Browns are,
it makes a lot of money though.
0-9, that's fine. Again, cap's fake. Phillies are getting absolutely. Yeah, they're getting smoked by
that dude.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Blake Snell's got 11 strikeouts.
Score predictions. Yeah, Blake Snell. Go send me a direct message again, Blake. All right. How are we gonna go play baseball through this? How are we gonna play baseball through this? All right, you're whining and crying through COVID that you had to go play baseball with nobody in the stands. And when there's no like who are you up next to, babe? What were you so worried about, Blake? That your life was in danger for playing baseball, but nurses and doctors had to go. The work who make a lot less money than you. So he became the crumb of the day because we needed baseball. We needed something. All right. That's what we needed. So I'm gonna stand up for the people. All right. And Blake was nice enough to send the message. And he's still wrong. So, it's all good. He's just wrong. And that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong and have an opinion. He's just wrong. Because he's soft. Right. And we knew this. We knew this about Blake. But not tonight, obviously. Not tonight. But yeah, score predictions. Everybody out there, line them up. Players of the game, offense and defense. I'm going to go 31-24. Eagles.
31.
31-24.
Sign me up.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
It's a coming out party this week. And they're going to score. So that's where my head's at. Like Matthew Stafford puts up points. I don't give a shit. And now I say that. And if you're breathing down his neck all day, then this could totally go out the window and they could put up 7.
Yep, we saw that. We saw how that works.
We saw that. So why are you jumping around? 2 feet low. You want to say another message?
This umpire's been given like a ball low or a ball out the entire night. Like that's not even close.
I mean, that almost hit the dirt. You're jumping around.
It's not close. But yeah. All right.
You're jumping around, you clown. Oh my God. All right. I'm sorry. Just perfect time.
Yeah. Let me it's gonna be 27-23 Birds. We're gonna get a slight cover here. We're gonna out hook the hook point here. Yeah, 27-23. I do think that the Rams are going to throw all over us in the first half, and then Vic's going to figure out how to slow them down in the second half or get a little more pressure. Jalen Carter's going to have a field day in the second half, being Matt Stafford's chest a couple times.
Yeah, BDP real quick before Luke goes. I used to be worried about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, I used to be worried, and why I'm not
used
worried,
to be like last Wednesday.
Yeah,
what
next week I will be predicting a loss. I will be predicting a loss next week.
Something big
guaranteed.
And if you guys would
I'm curious.
I would love to tell you.
Go for it.
The Kansas City Chiefs have not lost 3 straight games in the Patrick Mahomes era. Think about that. The Kansas City Chiefs have not lost 3 straight games in the Patrick Mahomes era until Sunday. And not only did they lose 3 straight games, 2 of those 3 games were against the Philadelphia Eagles. So knowing what I know, even more than I thought I knew, was Todd Bowles can kiss my ass, first off. and two, like, we just won a Super Bowl. We're the class of the NFC. I am not going to walk around here scared of no goddamn pirate ships. You understand? Now, Baker Mayfield is my guy, and they got players all over the football field. So that ain't the conversation. But scared like I was last year versus them? No. I played those games without 2 of my best weapons offensively. So, yes, if I'm going to go down to the pirate ship with super soakers, right? I'm going to go fight pirates with super soakers. I'm going to lose.
And John.
But if I'm going to go fight pirates with goddamn machine guns and AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, I got a better chance. So if we're going to walk around here scared of anybody, we scared of some pirates. Get the hell out of here. I am not scared.
A little spoiler.
They're awesome. They're awesome, but I'm not scared of them. We're awesome. We talk about this now. That doesn't mean teams don't have your number, and maybe Todd Bowles has his secret recipe. It'll never go away, and he's got it all freaking figured out. But the rest of the league has no clue. Okay, maybe that's it. All right, or right, maybe it's a place we just don't play out well. Right? Maybe I don't know, but maybe it's just nothing. Maybe it's just a bunch of nothing, and it just those happens to be some of our worst games or against them. But maybe it's nothing. So we'll see. But I don't know where the losses are. So everybody wanted to tell me how hard the goddamn schedule was. I'm going to keep reiterating, I don't give a shit about the schedule because everybody's got to play the Philadelphia Eagles. This is different than years past. This is different where we're hunting. Makes sense? We're going hunting. No. We're eating good. You're trying to find us. You're trying to find us. And good luck finding us because it's where's Waldo. It's where's Waldo because we find ways to win games. I'm fired up now. That guy's not losing the rest of the season now.
A little spoiler.
First undefeated season since 72.
Here we come. You had a game, we don't care. Oh, imagine this 30 for 30. They just don't lose.
Yeah, and then they'll be calling it the post tush push era after we can't win shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go 15-2 next year after going 17-0.
No, I told you it was the tush push.
I know that's, but I just feel like after the Super Bowl, I could sort of put the demons to bed. That's how I look at it. I think a lot of demons went to sleep that night. A lot went to sleep in 2017. The second one puts it all to bed. In that close of a timeline.
Yeah, right.
The second one just wipes everything clear. It's a fresh start for Eagles fans. This is fresh. Think about it. It's a clean slate. Nobody can talk about not having rings. Nobody can talk about any of it. It's a clean slate. So who the hell are we scared of with a clean slate? And we're loaded. We're loaded. And they'll probably beat us. But we're still
No,
we're still awesome.
I got an alert today from Facebook.
The world will the Eagles Twitter will literally burn to the ground after we lose in Tampa. Everybody knows it's coming.
Everybody knows.
That's what I'm saying. And then we get a home game against Denver.
Yeah.
And that's when Jalen goes, yo,
out. No,
I told you so.
I got an alert on Facebook today.
Hey, Chris Jones.
Today was the day we played it in week 2 in 2018, like the year after we played the Super Bowl or won the Super Bowl.
Oh, Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson scores a touchdown. I was in Tampa for that game. I'm like, you got to be shitting me, dude.
He couldn't stop. He couldn't stop finding the end
Crazy.
zone.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
When we played against them.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. That was the day that we had the gold chain shit. Like I'm sweating my nuts off in the upper deck in Tampa, just like, oh my god, what's going on?
See, like before the season started, I thought of Adoree Jackson as that day. Like that's what I had horrors of that day. Like that's what I was thinking.
Luke couldn't sleep.
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, honey, why are you sleeping? Oh, the Pirates have me up at night. These freaking Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable. This is.
That was a horror movie. That whole.
They're
game.
awesome. They're awesome, and I talk about it ad nauseum. But Baker Mayfield is everything I thought he would be. Everything I thought he would be.
I like
dog,
and I love it. I love it for the dog pound. You understand? Like I'm a huge Tampa Bay fan when they don't play the Philadelphia Eagles because I love it that this gets shoved right up the Cleveland Browns organization.
It is unbelievable. Like holy shit! I think the Sixers have it bad, and I gotta put on my Browns lens. Holy shit!
I love Joe Flacco to death. Stop starting him. Like, are you guys that stupid? Are you that? Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you that fucking stupid as an organization to not find out in live games who your next quarterback is? Like, am I okay? Like, this is where I think I'm losing my mind. The only way I freaking find it out is by playing those two guys. It's the only way. There's no other way. If you're gonna tell me what you're doing at fucking practice, punch yourself square in your dick. Please. Just please. I need to see it live if I'm a Cleveland fan, right? I need to see it as an organization. I need to see it as a fan. And then the bigger thing is that I love that they let two wide receivers and wide receivers' dads, okay? You let two diva wide receivers and their dads run out your franchise quarterback. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Fold the organization. You know what? In the middle of the night, Get all the trucks, pack it all up when nobody's watching, and move anywhere. Like move anywhere. Like you could tell me, oh, we're starting in Idaho. Start fresh. All right, start fresh as an organization because your colors are horrendous. Everything about the Cleveland Browns organization is known to be horrific. It's horrific. It's disgusting. They stink at everything. All right. It's actually unbelievable. It's actually how you can't be this bad. And then you're gonna double down by drafting 2 quarterbacks, which is great, cool, but you're gonna double down by not playing. We don't want to see him. We don't want to see him. We're good here. We're good with the 41-year-old Joe Flacco, who's a former teammate of mine. I love him. Knock it off. Not for Joe. I love him for you, but organizationally, knock it off, please. There's my public service announcement. Right?
I don't know if I've ever seen the Cleveland Browns win a playoff game. I don't know if I've ever seen the Cleveland Browns play in a playoff game. I'm damn near 30 years old.
It was Baker. Baker beat the Steelers. Yeah, it was a comeback. Yeah, it was something like that. Like he came back.
All right, so they've won one playoff game in 30 years.
With Baker, who they kicked out the door.
They ran out of town. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You let Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. and their dads on Twitter run them out there. It's his fault.
Washed up Odell Beckham Jr., by the way.
It's his fault. And people believed it. People bought into it. And guess what? Maybe some things were, right? Like maybe some leadership things. Who knows everything, right? And sometimes as a player, as a person, you need to be humbled, right? And he got humbled. He went to probably the perfect place for guys to go with Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. Let's keep this 102, right? Had a moment with the Rams where he had a little comeback, right? And was all fired up and started to feel like the swag was there again. And sometimes you need the fresh start too. And then getting an opportunity to go to Tampa and throw to Mike Evans is a good time. You know what I mean? And I think Baker was always built for warmer weather climates anyway, for dome climates. And I think it's a perfect fit. Sometimes it's the perfect storm helps guys too. And it's not all about how talented you are sometimes. Right. But that being said, he got a good run in Cleveland for Cleveland. I mean, that's like a Super Bowl. I mean, you should have I don't know why I'm still talking about Baker Mayfield, but you should have
it's a banner season.
Yeah, you should have 20 parades. I mean, it should be a parade once a week in the offseason just to remind people we won a playoff game.
That's a banner year.
Yeah. We'll say, we're another parade. We going down Main Street again, guys? Yeah, just playoff win. Say hello to you guys. Let you know.
No biggie. No big deal.
Yeah, we're gonna run it back. We're coming back for more.
Yeah, more for first overall picks. They have to lead the league in that. There's no way someone has more first overall picks than them.
Yeah, because if you think about it, right? Like, well, it could be two things. Maybe people do because they're such an inept organization. They probably win games when they shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Like all the time. Like even
you might be right on that.
Where they're always landing like the 2-hole and getting the other guy.
Yeah. And they could have had Josh. I mean, I love Baker, but they could have had Josh Allen. They didn't do that. I think that played into that too. I think they were like, "Fuck, we should have picked Josh Allen."
I'm fine with that pick. Like I'm okay with that. Like even
I'm with you. Yeah.
What I know today, I'm okay with it because Josh Allen wasn't the pedigree that Baker was at the time.
Josh Allen wasn't the pick. Like the Bills took him because he was what, like seventh pick, something like that.
Yeah, the real miss is the Bears and Mahomes. But go ahead, Ryan.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, that is a generational miss.
Yeah, that's
trade up.
Actually incredible.
You trade assets on top of what you already had to trade.
Again, you're taking a quarterback from an ACC school. An ACC school. You don't take quarterbacks from ACC schools.
Yep. Drake May, another one.
ACC school.
I mean, people love him, but it's like, what has he done?
He stinks.
Then Danny Dimes, ACC school.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence,
Cam Ward. I mean, he's built like a tank. We'll see what happens, but
we'll see.
He's built like great. Do you see the play he made last week? He threw the ball all the way across the field.
Yeah, he's kind of a freak athlete. I don't like. I know Miami's an ACC school, but it doesn't feel like an ACC school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is anybody with me that I don't feel like? make sure I say this properly. Cam Ward looks like a guy who won't probably ever open up a playbook.
The Jamarcus Russell effect?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like Cam Ward gives me the vibes that I'm never going to open up a playbook because I'm that good.
I don't know much about him.
I mean,
because he's at.
I
don't know.
It's like he thinks he's that good. Like he never has opened up one. And
so this is the Willie Beeman effect, not the Jamarcus Russell effect.
Willie, steaming, beaming.
Yeah. Yep.
Keep the ladies.
I could see that.
Steaming.
Yeah. I could see that. Okay.
The Michael Vick effect. Like my athletic ability just overshadowed.
2017 Carson Wentz effect. I mean, he literally threw to two guys.
Yep.
Darren Sproles was like, at the end of his career, I'm happy he got a Super Bowl, but it was ridiculous how many times you just didn't give me the ball.
And I think over time, when you talk about guys, that we're having these conversations about maybe not being in the playbook over a period of time, that will catch up. And not
Carson Wentz.
Not saying Cam Ward's that guy, because he very well might not be. I mean, all I've heard is how much of a competitor he is and all these types of things. So, I'll leave time to dictate that, because I don't want to be that guy at all. Over what somebody does, like off the field, that we don't see. That's not up for me to decide. I was just joking.
Yeah.
But that's the one. Like when you draft a guy named Mitchell, like when you actually have the goddamn audacity of an organization to trade up for a guy named Mitchell, there's certain things that I just can't help you with. There's certain things that if you think a guy named Mitchell is going to change your franchise, I just think you haven't been paying attention. A guy named Patrick, whose dad was a big league baseball player.
Yeah, have a Big 12 school where you're just throwing the football all day.
Or long. Mitchell.
Yeah. Out of a basketball school.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what you could have said. I said that on draft night. Like that wasn't like, oh, Tom, you revisionist history of me. I said it on draft night. There's a live video on our YouTube somewhere from the draft in Philadelphia where I said this is the worst pick in the history of the NFL. It's literally the worst pick in the history of the NFL. That's how much I was adamant about how bad Mitchell Trubisky was. And there were Bears fans around, and I apologized to all of them. I said, I'm sorry that you're that inept of an organization that you would think the name Mitchell will change anything. Like, and if you've seen the size of his hands, like there's no way he's spinning it in cold weather like that. He's going to need 17 gloves on. There's no freaking way. Okay, to see, and here we are. He stunk. Okay, and the guy that you let go after him is the greatest quarterback since Tom Brady, and maybe arguably one of the Mount Rushmores of quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Absolutely.
Right? So
yeah,
good job.
Again, like, I don't. Yeah, obviously, you always go back to this.
I'm a name guy.
You can't.
Me too.
Pat Mahomes isn't Pat Mahomes without Andy Reid, but
maybe.
Yes.
Probably. You're probably right, because I'm an Andy guy and he's a QB whisperer for sure. For sure.
But like he's absolutely better than Mitch Trubisky. Absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure. Like,
I can put Pat Mahomes with like, hey, I'm gonna just find three guys behind the 7-Eleven. Be like, you like calling plays, right? And I think we're gonna be able to do some things, right? If I did that with Mitch Trubisky, it'd be the worst product we ever in National Football Leagues ever saw. So that's the levels of this shit. I can't believe. I can't believe it. I'm such a name guy. We have a guy in our organization who's 10 years old, right? If you told me his name, I'm telling you he's a stud, right? Without ever seeing him play, he's a stud, right? Like there's certain things that you can just write a name on paper, but like, yo, this kid wants to try out. And I'm going to be like, let me see the name.
I'm in.
Well, obviously let him come out, you know what I mean, and see what he's about. But the name's not doing it for me. Like, you guys do that? I know Luke does. You ever do? Right? You a name guy, right? Like I mean,
Devontae Smith just sounds like just put the gold jacket on.
Yeah, like Michael Parsons can't play. Like Micah,
Yeah.
like the guy named Mike, he can't play. He's gonna be able to play. He'll be good.
No,
He'll be good.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Nah,
Yeah,
miss me with
stinks.
that shit. Get the
Yeah,
fuck out of
stinks.
here. No
Stinks.
shot.
Cooper DeJean.
Howie really
You tell me-
doubled down.
You
He
tell me
went
Cooper
yeah.
DeJean can't play? Wait.
A guy named Quignon's not going to lock you down on Sundays? Yeah, all right. Come on.
Yeah. Like, I'm such a name guy. Like, you could have told me, like, Jalen Reagor. Like, it doesn't sound like that's going to take me to the next level. Justin Jefferson was, like, ringing. C.D. Lamb. Like, you know what I mean? Like, tell me he can't play.
Jamar.
I was wrong about one guy. I was wrong about Jerry Jeudy, but that's where I got myself caught, right? Because Jerry's an easy one. What am I doing?
Yeah, Jerry's not. Judy, sure.
Jerry's not. No. I mean, Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
T. Higgins. That's a name.
Solid
Jamar
name.
Chase.
Again, I just said anybody named Jamar, I'm in.
Yeah, Jamar. Sign me out. Let me see what he can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's
Makuba.
He said Dorial Green Beckham. Beckham.
I named my son thinking about these things. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Well, I did not. The way my son's name came was the first shot by my wife. She said there's a Caspian Sea, which isn't like Caspian, right? But she's like, what about Cassian? And I was like, oh, and I just sat on it, right? And then me being the sports junkie I am over time wasn't my first thought. But over time, I was like, Cassian or no? Sounds like he can play. I mean, it sounds like I assume he can play. It sounds like it, right? So I'm like, I like it, but then it's got a ring, right? It's got to have rhythm. Like name's got to have rhythm to it. Like Luke Brown, Ryan with a million. You know what I mean? It's got rhythm. You know, hey, it's time or no. You know what I mean? It's got. See how that slid off the table, right? So that's what it's all about. Nate, we're not scared of you anymore. All right, we're not scared. We're coming down there with machine guns to fight the Buccaneers.
He doesn't speak for everybody. He does not speak for all of us.
Scheduled loss next week. Scheduled loss.
I'm not scheduling shit. Like, I'm not scheduling shit till it happens. Like, that's how we should be. Like, we're not scheduling anything. Who are we to schedule shit? You know, happen.
No, scheduling it, but I'm predicting.
You're all freaking nervous. You're all nervous. We got
not nervous.
We got the best defense walking around, and we're going to go. And what the great defense to do is travel, and we're going to go down to Tampa like a bunch of scaredy cats. Look at us. I can't believe I used the word scaredy cat, but look at us. Unbelievable. Oh, look, did you give a score prediction? We've been freaking.
No, we just went on.
No, I don't think I did.
This is unbelievable. We are issues. I mean, I'm an issue. I'm not going to put this on you guys at all. I'm sorry for even lumping you with me. Love to have you.
I'll go.
Time's yours.
I'll go 23-20. Birds.
Little Elliott.
I think we're just gonna out Chiefs everybody. Until the offense figures it out, that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna push again, and then they're not gonna like it. And it's gonna be the same thing all over again. It is what it is. And it's like it's unfair. Yeah, it's unfair.
It's unfair because you can't
do
it.
You allowed it. You allowed your owners to get convinced by Jason Kelsey that this wasn't gonna happen again. So have at it. It's 1st and 9 for us and nobody else in the league apparently. So there you go.
It's really 1st and 8.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because people are like, it's so unfair. Okay, how about you take however much time we do, like a guy like Tyler Steen, who's a new full-time starting right guard. How much time do you think he spent this summer practicing that, or at least watching it over and over and over again?
Oh, yeah. Can I say something to BD Pape real quick? Yeah. On the surface, if Baker could sit back there and it was a shorts and a T-shirt, absolutely. But it all comes down to each week, the pressure that you put on the starting quarterback. He hit that out. Get the fuck out of here. How did he hit that out?
Because he's a freak.
How did he hit that out?
Why is Luzardo still in the game?
Well, why is he hitting that out? 106 pitches. What are we doing?
Why is he still in the game?
Rob, are you okay?
He just gave up 3 runs.
This
I think
this guy's going to the game with a glove on. The guy who goes to the game with a glove on catches the ball.
It's LA fans.
Yeah, he'll never get laid in his life.
They're all NPCs out there.
He's 40 years old, walking around with a glove in his hand. Oh my God.
Stupid.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, 40-year-old virgin. Look at him. Remember off his chest too.
He didn't even catch it. He didn't even catch it.
He got 17 gloves with him. He had 17 gloves. It was unbelievable. He's got some on his feet.
Like, why is he pitching there? Like, why? Why is he?
Yeah, why are we? Because he's such a sheet. Because he's a lefty. Ohtani will hit it out off an ambidextrous guy. If you could throw to him righty then lefty every time, you'd still hit it out. So you got that off the end of the bat too, right?
Yeah, fucking stupid. Whatever.
Yeah, that's oh my God, he hit it out.
Whatever.
All right. All right. Well, we'll go players of the game. Offensive player of the game. I mean, it's got to be, if he's healthy, you would say AJ Brown. So I just don't know how healthy he is. I'm going to say Jalen Hurts. I think they load the box. I think they try to take a little piece of the playbook of what happened last week a little bit by the pressure. And I think this week we beat pressure. So I'm going to say he throws for, 220, somewhere around there, 2 tutties, and he's got like 40 on the ground. I think it's got to be a Jalen Hurts show this week because I just believe they're going to try to do everything they can to take away Saquon Barkley. I'm not saying they will, but teams have had some success early on of like slowing him down from the big play. And I think teams are really going to try to avoid that this year of not letting him get the home run on you. So I think it's got to be a Jalen show this week a little bit. Not big time. Like I didn't, you know what I mean? It's not crazy, but I got to score in 31 points. So guys got to score. So I think it's a week where we have to outshoot them to a point. Like our defense is better than theirs, so we expect to get more stops. But we have to have some rhythm offensively. We have to get back to that, and maybe the run game gets it going, right? And then it turns into Jalen throwing the ball around on them a little bit. We'll see how it plays out, but we need to be able to throw the football on Sunday. And 220 and a couple TDs isn't like, I got Joe Montana and I got Joe Barrow numbers. Like, that's not what I'm asking him for because I know he just plays winning football. But, I need one on the ground too. That's why he's my player of the game. We'll probably get a Tushy in too. And you get a Tushy and 2 tutties. There's 21 points and you can figure out the other 10.
I'm sort of right there with you. I'm going Jalen. 2 push touchdowns. 100 and I'll go 160. I'll go 160. He'll throw this week. And we'll rush for 50. Rush for 50's pretty good. Rush for 50, 2 push touchdowns, 160 yards, and guess what? We win.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Scared to go to Tampa, but we win every other week.
Yep.
Winning home. I think.
Yeah, at home I'm scared of nobody.
We
win
at home.
Yeah, we better win at home. That's what great teams do.
Yep. I believe that the Los Angeles Rams are going to stack the box to stop Saquon Barkley, and it's not going to matter because this dude is going to run all over them for the 3rd consecutive time. It's going to be.
It's unbelievable.
20 carries, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Done it before.
No, he has. I just can't imagine.
162 touchdowns.
I just can't imagine the defensive coordinator you're allowing it happen for a 3rd time. But I've been wrong before, right? And I don't care how we win. I don't care who's the guy. I don't think when you talk about players of the game, I give a shit who's right after it. I just want to win, right? So however that goes, I don't care. And I stand by those statements. I don't care how it looks some weeks. But if it always looks shitty, I'll start to care a little bit. You know what I mean? If it always looks shitty and we win, I don't know. You start to get nervous. Like, okay, well, if we're never going to put it together, somebody's going to be better than us. So you can't be like the Chiefs in Tampa every week because there's weeks that, they lit it up too. You know what I mean? There's every week's the ebb and flow where there's some weeks you got to light up with somebody. So, whatever. I don't know what the hell I'm saying at this point, but we're just shooting the shit. Defensive player of the game. And this is a big one because, think about it. That's where their strength is offensively. So, who's gonna step up on Sunday and have a monster game? Do I do it? I'm gonna go Andrew Makuba, pick 6.
Love it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it 3 straight weeks in a row. He's around the football, and this time nobody catches him from behind. Because he's been caught from behind by a quarterback essentially, or by the side, and he would have been out for a touchdown. And he was caught by an offensive tackle running 19 miles an hour. That caught him for a touchdown. And that's like a car. It's like a car coming at you 19 miles an hour. That's absurd, actually. But he just had the good angle, really, and speed, which was crazy. But either way, I think he's around it again. Pick 6 off of Matty Stafford. I don't know if it's a deflection. I don't know if it's reading eyeballs. I don't know what it is, but it's happening.
I'm going to take the other safety.
Wow, Uncle Reed.
Yeah, I'm taking the other safety. I'm going to go with Reed. I don't know if he gets a pick. I think he has a couple big pass breakups, and then he forces a fumble.
Yeah, he's sort of been MIA, but that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, if you're not hearing his name, it means he's doing his job.
That's what I mean. So
right,
it's not
and obviously week 1 he got smoked by an awful penalty. Right, he got
maybe the worst penalty in NFL history.
Awful penalty.
That was a great play, actually.
Yeah, it was he couldn't have done anything better. It was the perfect hit. Mm-hmm. But hey, got a crappy penalty, so whatever.
Oh, pussycat league.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, we'll go Reed Blankenship. He's gonna be all over the field this week. I think he's gonna have a couple pass breakups and he's gonna force a fumble. It's gonna change the game.
Love that.
Love it. Yeah. Jordan Davis, or Dory Jackson, Billy Blue Balls. Wow, that's tough. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Rams are scared of 2 things. They're scared of watching Saquon Barkley's ass as he runs past them, and they're staring at his ass as he runs to the end zone. And then they're also scared of the guy that single-handedly eliminated them from the postseason in 2 plays. And I'm sure that they've watched those plays probably 50 times over the offseason. And what I'm predicting is that he's going to do it again. So I'm going to go Jalen Carter. And he was saying last week how after the game, obviously the suspension and whatever, that last week was kind of his week 1, and he felt a week behind the rest of the guys that were out there on the field. And I think that, I think some things could be seen as excuses that players say. I don't see that as that. I see that as like a very real life thing. Like, hey, I didn't play a single snap the entire game last week. I'm also used to playing every snap. I haven't done that since March. So I think he was kind of thrown in the fire a little bit. And he was playing in a big game. And he was playing, and it was 90 degrees. Let's just call it like it is. He's got a home game against a team that he's dominated countless amount of times in the biggest moments. And it's at home. He's got his feet under him. He's the best defensive player in the world. So we say, let's see it.
Yeah. Love it. Some other guys I think could have big impacts, or need to at least. Nolan Smith does. This whole defensive front really needs to have an impact Sunday. Darius Smith, obviously, and Jalen Hunt, who's been using a lot of pass coverages too. So looks like they're using him as a little bit of Swiss Army knife as well, which I like what Vic's doing with his personnel. And, you got to hope these corners hold up, right? So really eyeballs on Cooper DeJean and Q to start with, right? And you got to get pressure to help Adoree, right? And that's where pressure wins, and they can get pressure up the middle. So you look at Ajomu, you look at Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. Oh, that's hit hard.
Yeah, caught it. Wow.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're not scoring 5 runs. Well, I'm not gonna say they're not.
Well, I'll say that tonight. Yeah,
they're not I don't think they're scoring 5 runs tonight.
No, I think we can call this one good night. I mean, it's the only reason we're still on is because they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be up anyway. So even at 5-0, I'm not turning it off when we're the second best team in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
if we're second to last, it's already been off. But yeah, I mean, really, I think the whole defense. So and Bourne and Jihad have to have great games. I mean, you have to have great games on Sunday. You have to, and that's holding a team to 24 points. You don't have great ones; they can score 40 on your ass. So that's where I'm going with this. I mean, this comes on them, and this offense has to move the football. Have to move the football, and I think they will Sunday at home. Let's go. We were moving the football like Rye said at home before the thunderstorms rolled in. So let's get back to some rhythm here. And it's just like a hitter in baseball. That's offense and football. It's just getting in a rhythm, right? Your timing's got to be good. Your rhythm's got to be on, and he's got to get into things. And that's why a lot of teams that get into rhythms go up tempo and just keep the good times going, right? That's what they're looking to do. Well, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Sunday.
It'll be a good game. We can hope.
Yeah, and I'm excited for next Sunday because there's a certain guy we work with after we whoop their ass too, and we go to 4-0. I'm going to be chirping too. It's going to be a lot of chirping. Now that's bearing any injuries, which hopefully doesn't play a part. But my favorite signing so far has been the Darius Smith. I mean, I think that's such a you don't find edge rushers this time of year, and the fact that you had a guy and you sort of knew he was out there and he sort of waited, and typical Howie, and he goes and finds another guy that somebody didn't want to pay money to, which is stupid because you went up front and Howie's willing to give him a couple fuzzles and get him in here, and I think it's going to be a big change to our defense. I think he's physical in the run game. He obviously can get after the quarterback. I mean, I think it just brings some physicality to the other side of that DN spot where J.X. Hunt doesn't bring the same physicality Nolan Smith does, right? So I think you can get hurt in the run game too. So I think the Darius helps you in the run game as much as he helps you in the pass game as well. So I think he's like one of those guys like Brandon Graham who's good at both, right? There's not a lot of those guys out there. That's why I'm shocked that Detroit wasn't willing to give him whatever that was, $9 million, whatever it was to keep him. I'm actually shocked that they want to give it to him. In today's NFL landscape.
Yeah.
He's traded for him.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not ready to. I know people are like back on their bandwagon now too. I'm not really ready to do that. I think the Bears are just like the Bears. So come on, we can't give them much credit there.
Yeah, nothing to be said here. The Bears are doing the Bears, and I think Caleb looks better, and you can take that for whatever it is. Right?
He looked pretty good last week.
It's not going to work out there.
Well, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but nothing works out when you don't have a defense. Mm-hmm. So I'll go back.
Yeah, maybe it could be a Baker thing. It's just not going to work out there. Like it's not. They both need to just
too much pressure.
This
is what happens when you miss on Mahomes.
Yeah, I just need him to feed Roman Doomsday. I have him in Dynasty. Let's do. Feed him.
He looks great.
Yeah.
He actually told the punter, don't get.
I saw that. Yeah.
Don't get used to punting, and they lead the league in punts.
Yeah, he's punted the most. They've punted the most in the league since they drafted the guy. It's like 90.
Dude, if there's anything, the first thing you do when you get drafted is shut the hell up. Don't say anything because you're about to be playing against that your entire career, and you're not thinking about it. You just got drafted, but yeah.
Hey, bud. Hope I don't see you on the field too much. So good looking to see you practice. All right.
Yeah, that's the first thing you do when you get drafted. Don't say a word.
Yeah, I'm not saying shit. I'm just saying I'm excited.
Yeah,
to be here. I'm thanking the Lord and Savior. Right. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to get to work and meet my new teammates and let's go. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Trying to win. I'm here to win. Right. You use something like that. Not enough guys say, hey, I'm just here to win. Let's go win. But Billy Blue Bills, I always call them Blue Balls, but it was really Blue Bills. But Billy Blue Balls, says, I'll take the Darius. Yeah, I mean, who won it at this point of the year? Like, are you kidding me? When the season just started, and how are more teams not looking for edge rushers? Like maybe I'm watching the wrong games, and maybe I didn't watch the Philadelphia Eagles just beat you up last year, and to go and get like a Brandon Graham-ish type player, I think is huge, and not the leadership. That's a different level, right? I don't know Darius's leadership, and I don't know how much leadership you're going to come in week 2 with, right? But my point is his abilities to be able to find that is actually crazy because you needed that replacement. You should have Milton in house, but you didn't have the other DN really in house. You had Jalix, who we like a lot, but he's still raw, man. Like, holy crap. We can't expect him not to be still raw coming from a small school and, even though he had a really good playoff run,
I mean, realistically, he didn't play a whole lot last year. Like, he played.
Yeah.
He didn't play a whole lot last year.
Yeah. And I think you move him to a secondary role over time. I think he's better. Like, it's not a shot at him. He'll get to a point where he's a starter, right? But as he's growing and continue to grow in year 2, the more spots as a coach that I can set my guy up for success, the better we are as a team. That's just 101. So the deeper I am, the more I'm setting guys up, especially up front. When you're playing in 90-degree heat like we were last week.
They might get another guy. I mean, people keep looking at secondary. That's where I would like them to get somebody.
Yeah.
You'd think they're probably going to make another move before the deadline. I mean, I feel like you'd kind of be an idiot to say you'd be shocked if they added someone else up front because that's all they do.
Again,
And I'm with it. Let's do it.
Edge rusher and corner. Get after it.
Yeah. I look at a guy like I don't see this happening because I think he makes a lot of money, even though he's insanely old. But like Calais Campbell, maybe you want to retire as a Cardinal, and that's the whole reason you signed there. I don't know, but wouldn't it be nice to retire a little something?
I don't even need another corner if you just go get me another good pass rusher. And I don't even know if we need another one. Right? We'll see. Right? We might have enough in house here. And then
even if we don't, he still might add. Like, even if we don't.
I don't know. I can see him adding
a
tackle. I can see him adding a tackle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have room. I don't know if you have room on the edge now. Right? I just don't know if you have room on the edge. So that's where I'm at. Because I like Uche.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's shown a pulse, and the kid from Georgia, I don't know how many snaps he's gotten. Right. And now you have Zadarius and Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt. You're like, okay, unless somebody goes down, you sort of feel good there. So it's really eyeballs D tackle if you're looking to get deeper in a spot. Or
I think they even threw Carter outside for a couple snaps.
Is this true?
This past week.
They did, yeah. Yes, that is true.
I feel like I've seen him all over the field. Okay. I'm not going crazy.
Yes.
0, right?
No.
No.
Yes, he's a dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Love the way.
Well, we said one of those 3 guys. If one of those 3 guys can pan out, then all 3 of them were worth it because you weren't willing to go out on a limb on one of them. So there you go.
Yeah,
he's
the guy. This one. Jalix ain't ready, and I believe that, but he's ready in a secondary role. Zary is a great locker room presence. Jalen Carr isn't spitting on anybody anymore. I love that. 93 great. Oh my god, I knew he looked good. Okay, now what about Alcazir? Is that his name?
Yeah, I think he might be an actual 0. He might stink.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
You could stink.
Some guy. Yeah, but then I guess that's where then Zadarius comes in. And now, I love it. I love what we've done. And you got to believe if Adoree can't play and they really feel he can't play, they'll make a move.
Yeah.
They got time though for that. It's a week to week league.
I think you'll see. You can kind of give a pass week 1 because hey, you're whatever. Kind of give a pass week 1. You'll see these next 2 weeks. Right? Because it's 2 NFC teams that have the potential to see in the playoffs.
Yeah, with great wide receivers.
Or
really good wide receiver tandems, I should say.
Yeah,
great.
Well, I mean, Devontae Adams isn't great anymore.
Well, was great.
He was great. But
he's pretty damn good.
Luke is great.
I think Luke is great. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying they got damn good wide receiver combos.
Yeah,
and all the teams were playing. You can leave it at that because so do we.
Yep. Yeah, again,
there's a lot of them around the league, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why corner is so important. But Adoree played well last week for whatever that means. Besides one play, where he got spun around like a goddamn spinner top. And
Yeah, but then
and it was
Mahomes
wide
overthrew
open.
the guy. Did
Yeah.
anybody see him do this? Just ask.
I hope not. Did he do that?
No, I don't know, but like it's something like a cornerback would do. It's
Yeah,
something like Jalen Mills would do back in the day, where the ball
time.
just gets airmailed and it's aha.
I love it. At 15 yards away, you
Yeah.
got burned by 20 yards.
Yeah. The pass is
love.
just so bad. It's like, I had that. That was all me. Like,
It's
sure
the
did.
best.
Yeah.
Jalen Mills also just got added to the Texans practice squad, by the way.
I saw that.
So him and
Wow.
him and CJ down there.
Good for him. Getting a paycheck.
Right. I'll say so. Yeah. I mean, I
Fuck
think
you
it's
swinging that, dude.
right. I think I'll just keep it here. Like it's if Dory plays, if Dory's competitive enough, they'll stay status quo.
Mhm.
If he's not, then it's okay. What do you get? And then you're really looking for teams that are out of it, and that's why you have to wait, because like teams that aren't out of it yet, they're not gonna sell yet.
Yeah, that's why the deadline is in what, November?
Yeah.
Yeah, week like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's time. You're not going to really know what you have until that time anyway, as a team. You don't really have your identity until that.
Yeah.
A little rally.
I don't know how, like, Nick, he throws that back foot slider to him, and then you go ahead and throw one that's just down the middle, and he just hits the center field. Like, what? Like, if you put a ball in the dirt to Nick Castellanos, he's going to swing at it. Like, what are we doing? But
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he baits pitchers to do it sometimes too.
Maybe.
Then he swings at the curveball in the dirt to make you go throw another one and hang it.
Yeah. That's not a strike. This dude's been doing this all night.
God,
not a strike.
dude.
He's been doing it all night. All night. Again, like, I don't know if it really changes the game that much because Snell was disgusting. But like, he's been doing this all night where you're giving balls off the plate. I'm like, come on, dude.
Shows you how well these guys know the zone too as hitters.
Yeah. And that's it. Yep. All right. Well, he took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You got
That's fine. Well, we got Arizona next, I think. It's Arizona.
Yeah, we still late nights. Let's go.
Yeah, we got Arizona next couple nights.
All right, boys. Well, listen, great show. Everybody out there, we appreciate you tuning in and commenting in. Let's go this weekend. Let's go 3-0. It's obviously, like we talked about, it's an NFC game. So let's go find a way.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Go
No,
Birds.
they're gonna win.
Go Birds.
Absolutely. Go Birds.
That might be close. So, I mean, be on the edge of your seat a little bit, but just remember something. We're winners, baby. Walk around like it, talk about it. Let's keep the good vibes going here. And let's see a little spark out of our passing game. That's all we're asking for.
Just a little bit. Let's get that to 160. Let's get that number up a little bit. The road to 4K.
Yeah. Yeah, road to 4K. We need a couple 500-yard passing games out of them now. But
I would be sick
We'll
too.
get there.
I mean, I'd be sick too. I'm coming on. This has been ATD Wednesday nights. We love you all. Go Birds.